What's up, everyone? I am the Kaiju no Kami, and this is my quickie review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you.
This video is brought to you by Loot Crate. Do you like cool mystery boxes that are full of cool stuff? Go to lootcrate.com/kaijunokami and put Kaiju no Kami in the coupon code to receive 10% off your order. It helps you help me help you help me. Remember, lootcrate.com/kaijunokami, coupon code kaijunokami. Now to our video. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the latest Quentin Tarantino movie, and I don't know really what I think of it. Ever since Inglourious Basterds came out, I have been a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. I went back and rewatched all his older movies, even though I didn't really like a lot of them at the time. Watched them all, absolutely loved them, like Pulp Fiction. When I watched it back in like 98, I found it kind of boring. When I watched it after Inglourious Basterds, I was like, man, this movie is so good. Why did I not think it was good the first time I saw it? The same thing happened to the Kill Bill movies. Jackie Brown is like the one Tarantino movie I did like the first time I saw it that I still loved later on. Reservoir Dogs is incredible. Hateful Eight was spectacular. Django Unchained was stellar. Death Proof was my least favorite movie until Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was engaging, it was funny, it had some good conversations, but the movie ultimately was about nothing because nothing really happened. It was like 2.5 hours of talk and then 5 minutes of something actually happening. It is without a doubt my least favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. It doesn't make it a bad movie. I still will say I do give it an 8 out of 10 just because it was a really good movie. It's just, it didn't wow me like I was really hoping to be wowed. In fact, Bad Times at the El Royale last year did a Quentin Tarantino movie better than Tarantino did here, which is kind of disappointing. I was expecting to go, oh my god, this movie is so much better than Spider-Man, Endgame, Us. And then I watched it, it's like, this is good, but do I ever need to see it again? There were a bunch of aspects of the characters that went on, and I'm not sure what the point was. It just felt like that there was some type of in-joke that you need to know to understand it. Like, I know absolutely nothing about the actual Manson murders, so a lot of this movie, I had no idea what it was building to. I had no idea that some of the stuff that happened and was changed. I had no idea why Roman Polanski was even in this movie, when they were just like, DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, which are Rick and Cliff, are sitting in their car, and they look over, and they see Rick's neighbor driving up, and they're like, hey, that's Polanski and his wife. I'm like, okay, what's the point of this scene? Cool, it's Polanski and his wife, so what? And then when Polanski rarely even had anything to do in this movie, I was like, okay, what was the entire point of that? It wasn't until it was explained to me later why those scenes happened and why Polanski was even in this movie. So if you don't know the story behind the Charles Manson murders, some of this movie is not going to make sense to you. Now, one thing I will say this movie does do a good job at is it is a love letter to stuntmen. All throughout this movie, there's stuntmen, but they're not getting any credit. They're being ignored for the main actor. So a scene will happen, the stuntman will save something from going on, but it's the actor himself that gets recognized, not the stuntman who got injured. Why? Because nobody cares about stuntman. I definitely have to give the movie applause for that because it does tell a cohesive story, makes you go, man, these stuntmen really did do all this work and yet they don't get credit for it. Because Cliff, being a stuntman, he's been out of work for weeks when the movie starts, and he talks about, hey, I think anyone's going to give me a job. He doesn't want you. He's like, okay. But he does all this stuff where you're like, really? That's kind of messed up. But overall, as a Tarantino film, it was disappointing. It wasn't the be-all, end-all movie of 2019 I was hoping it would be, which kind of seems like 2019 in a nutshell. So if you're a huge Tarantino fan, you're going to want to check this out, even if it isn't as great as his other works. On the other hand, if you're not a Tarantino fan, there's nothing in this movie that's going to make you be a Tarantino fan. It's pretty much just par for the course. There is only one scene I can say that was pretty suspenseful, which was at this ranch. Other than that, the movie was not, like I said, Not that good. Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? If so, what did you think of it? What was your favorite scene? Who was your favorite character? If you're not a Tarantino fan, why not? If you are a Tarantino fan, tell me what your favorite movie of his is below. Click on like, subscribe, the bell notification. If you like me, check me out on Twitter at Kaiju no Kami, Facebook Kaiju no Kami, Patreon Kaiju no Kami. You can support the channel. And until next time, bye.